Hi, welcome back to Guide to SolidWorks. So what we're going to look at today is the Model Mania tutorial for the 2017 Model Mania activity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through how we do this model, and then I am going to go through phase 2, which is how we edit and modify it. So let's have a quick look at how we'll actually go around modeling this. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the extrusion for this main body section, this cylinder section. And then I'm going to put in my cutouts and I'm going to pattern them across. I am then also going to shell this main section out here and then put in my 4 holes as a circular pattern as well. So let's have a look. We'll jump into it and get going straight away. Okay, so I'm going to start on the front plane. I'm going to sketch on there, and I'm going to create a circle. Now that circle is going to be 65 diameter. And I'm going to create another circle inside that, and that circle is going to be 16 diameter. So I'm going to extrude that, and I'm going to set the thickness of the extrusion to that is 15 millimeters. Now with this I'm just going to flip it round, and on the back here I'm going to sketch, and I am going to create the cutout in here. So the way I'm going to do that is using 2 lines from the centre up to the outside edge. Same here as well, up to the centre, up to the outside edge. I'm going to set a centre line in there from straight up to the point at the top of the circle, like so. And then I can dimension these up for the angle. Now the 45 degree between the two, so it's 22.5 for one. And then between them is 45, and that sets that distance across. Now I'm going to take a circle, I'm going to put it on this centre line, and I'm going to go out until it's tangential relationship, like so. So I don't need to set the diameter, all I need to know is the distance up from the centre, which in this case is 22, like so. Now I've got that detail in, I can cut that shape out using the contours. So I don't need to delete anything. I can go to features and I can go to cut. And I am going to select some contours in this bottom box here. I don't want it to be 15 anymore. I want it to be 13. And I'm going to select the contours that I want to get rid of. So them there. Turn that around and you can see that it's gone back into the model. Take that like so. Okay, I'm then going to pattern that to create the second one at the bottom. So, circular pattern. I'm going to pattern it around the outside edge, and I'm going to select a feature here of that extrude that I've already completed. Now I don't want 4 of them, I just want 2, so I'm just going to drop that down to 2. Make sure that they're equally spaced, and that'll split them apart exactly halfway, 180 degrees. Tick there, and I get that pattern on one side like so. I'm going to come around the other side, I'm going to click on that face, and I'm going to shell the other side. So shell, and I'm going to shell it with an offset of 3 mil. So the thickness of the face, the thickness of the material left over would be 3 mil. Tick there, and that'll shell that shape out. Now what we saw on the model before is we didn't have this, it was shelled all the way through. So I'm going to get rid of this. Now I'll do that by deleting the faces. So if I go into my top box up here, I can delete, and I can delete a face. Now it is in there somewhere, I can never remember where it is, so I always just search for it at the top here. I'm going to click the faces that I want to delete, that one, and that one, like so. and I'm going to delete and patch, which means the bottom of this circle will patch around here. Tick there, get rid of that section in the middle, and gives that flat surface at the bottom, like so. Okay, so the last part to this for my extrudes is to put some holes in. So I'm going to go to sketch. I'm going to sketch on that face there, create a circle from the outside edge, and tick there at the top, like so. Now this is going to be a diameter of 7mm, so 7mm, and from there I'm going to features and cut that through. Now I'm going to make sure that I select through all is my option, because I want it to go through the whole model to the other side, like so. Okay, tick there. So I've got that one. Now I'm going to repeat that around using the circular pattern. So circular pattern. It's automatically picked up that cut extrude because it was still selected in the design tree. I now want 4 of them, so change that to 4. And I'm going to click this outside edge here to get them all in place. Let's give it something to circular pattern around, which is giving me them 4 holes. Last part is just putting in my fillet, so I'm going to put a fillet in. Now my fillet is going to be 2mm, and I'm going to select this inside edge here. Now what you'll see now is that I get a range of options come up here on my fillets. Now these are effectively predictions. The software's trying to predict what other type of fillets I might want with this. Now I want to fillet the inside edges of this, but also the inside edges of the other side. So what I'm going to use is the one that looks like a set of steps, all concave. Okay, and it'll pick up all the sections in relationship to that. So click that one. It picks up all the lines automatically for me. Just going to turn that round so you can see. And it's picked up all the edges that I want. Now if it doesn't give you the option that you want there, you'll just have to go around and click the lines that you want. It might give you most of them and then you just have to pick an extra few. But you should get quite a few from doing that prediction process. I'm going to tick there. And we've now got that model. The only bit now is to just put a material to this. So I'm going to go to material here. I'm going to edit material, but in this case, because this is a Model Mania model, anything that is used on Model Mania is always in the favourite section here. Now this is material, and this is going to be plain carbon steel. So I'm just going to select plain carbon steel for this model. I'm then going to pick the fillet just to highlight them. It's the same way it is on the model, and I'm going to select the fillet. And I'm just going to change the colour there to that orange colour that we get, like so, and tick. So you can see all of the fillets there are now in orange. Okay, so that's section 1 completed. So section 2 here looks at the modifications we need to make to this model. So now rather than having the 2 grooves in here, we're going to have 3, and the same on the other side. Rather than having that one large shell, we're going to have 3 sections. So we'll have to have a look at that. The holes increase from 4 to 6, and we're also going to do a simulation on this product, so we'll have to run through a simulation as well. Okay, so let's have a go. So the simulation is going to be 800 newtons on each of the holes in there. Now you see here I've got them fillets on there, so with this then I'm now going to look at how I would modify it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this back to my first pattern here, where I've got the 2. I'm going to change that pattern, edit that pattern to 3. Like so. Okay, so we've got them 3 in there now. If I drop that down for the shell, we'll now get the 3 sections. However, we've got a bit of an issue because these curve off at the bottom. So I'm going to go to the delete faces. Now this has come up with an error because there's now more faces to delete than what there was before. So I'm just right click on this, edit that. I'm going to get rid of that option there, and what I'm now going to click are these radiuses here on the inside. Selecting them like so, and delete them. Bringing that in perfectly to make it flat to this circle so it comes straight down, which is what we're expecting to see from that view of that new feature. So now we've got that, I'm going to pull this down again. We've still got our hole in place. I'm just going to look at that. It's throwing up an error, so let's have a look at what is throwing up an error. Edit the sketch. Okay, so it's just picking up on a relationship error with a center there. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to put a circle in from the center out to there. I'm going to set that circle as a construction line and set it to 44 diameter, which is the same position out as what the circle was it was related to previously. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that it's vertical to our origin, and now that should be fully defined. Pop back out of there. Now I've got my circle in the right place, so I'm going to pop down now and I'm going to get my pattern. It's still showing me 4. I'm going to right click on that, edit the pattern, and I'm going to change the 4 up to 6 and tick there, giving me the 6 holes through. Okay, as long as I'm using these pattern features rather than pattern sketches, makes it really easy to edit. Last part is just this fillet. It's going to throw up a couple of errors possibly because it's not quite picked up every part, so we'll have another look. So let's go in here, edit feature. So we've got a few there that it's not showing up. So let's chuck the rest of these in. So that's in there, that's in. Pull around the other side. Make sure everything's selected. There we go, that option just came up again to do the step process. Make sure that everything's selected, and I'm just going to tick there. Now it's going to throw up an error saying there's some missing errors. It doesn't matter for this. As soon as I click that's fine, it'll tell me that it wants to remove and replace them, so it will do that automatically. They won't matter. Tick there, and it's not showing an error anymore on the fillet. All of the fillets are still orange. Our material is still plain carbon steel. So now at this point what I'm going to be doing is running my simulation. So I want to spin this around because I want to run my simulation using this face. So I'm going to go to my simulations tab, which is on here, simulations. I'm going to go to a new study. And I want to complete a static study. At the moment it is static, so I'm going to use that one. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is make sure my material's set. It's set in here, plain carbon steel. I'm going to add some fixtures in. So my fixtures are going to be on the opposite side. So my fixtures are going to be in here. So I'm going to set a fixture in each of these circles here. Zoom in. Oh. Fixtures. I'm going to go a fixed geometry. And I want that inside edge, and that inside edge, like so. Okay, tick there. I want to add a force on the other side, so I'm going to go forces. I don't want it to be a singular force, so I want to select the direction of my force, which is going to be selected in relationship to there. And I'm going to apply a force per item, not individually, and I want it to be on sorry, there. Oh, sorry, I've selected the wrong thing. There we go. So select these there, there, and there. Normal to them. I want 800 newtons per item, not total. But I want the direction. Now, what I'm going to do is set a direction in relationship to them holes. So select the direction. In relationship to there, and I want it to go, oh sorry, not in relation to that, let's delete this bit here, in relationship to this face, and I'm going to go in that direction, like so. Now I want it to be 800 newtons. There we go. Now we've got set up. I don't want that one selected, so I'm just after this bottom one, making sure that they're all going towards the face. I want each to be 800 newtons, set per item. It's set in direction to that face, but through them holes. Once I've got that set up, just a tick at the top, and we're happy with that. Now, what I need to set up here is a mesh, so I'm just going to right click on the mesh, and I'm going to create a mesh. What I can do with this mesh is set the different course of the mesh. Because of this type of model, I'm just going to leave it where it is. Tick at the top, and then give it a second to create the mesh, like so here. So it's created our mesh and our model, and now we can run our study. This will just take a second. It will go through the process of calculating all the forces that are acting on this model due to the material, and then give us an output. Now it's given us an output here in terms of stress, displacement, strain, second displacement value at the bottom. I also want a report in terms of factor of safety. So I'm just going to right click on my results. I'm going to go up here and find factor of safety. Tick there. And it'll put me a factor of safety plot on for this model. And it's coming out with a factor of safety of exactly 2 for the forces applied on here. Okay. Now that's what the model asked me to do. The project asked me to find out the factor of safety for this. So my factor of safety is 2 in terms of this model. Right, so taking you through there for the full modelling process and also finding the factor of safety at the end. Hopefully you've learnt something from that, and if not, at least it's helped you to actually run through this Model Mania model. If you've enjoyed the content, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.